Hey guys, so today we're going to be doing something a little bit different, and it's a wee bit schizo, and it's a wee bit ridiculous, but whenever you start, peeling it back a wee bit, it kind of starts to make sense. However, you can make this argument for any form of media, if I be honest.
But it just works so well.
But it does, it applies itself really.
Yeah, and the more you think about it,
the more it kind of relates.
The more it makes sense.
But then again, maybe you could say this relates to so many other topics.
Yeah.
Also, we're not trying to have a go at anyone. This is...
We just randomly came up with it one night and we're like,
whoa. This is really bizarre, this is really schizo, but the more you think about it... So, what we want to talk about is D&D podcasts, and I don't, we're not, trying to have a go at anyone. We say this anytime. We don't watch Critical Role, okay? So we don't really have much of an opinion. But it's more the effects that of D&D podcasts have on people. On viewers as well. And the effects pornography has on people and viewers as well. And this is where it gets really interesting. So, again,
don't click off just yet.
Yeah.
just hear the schizos out for 10 minutes. That's all we're asking.
And of course, this is a really ridiculous idea, and I just really want to hear what you guys think about it as well, because I've never seen this talked about anywhere else. And
I wonder why.
Yeah, I know, it's so ridiculous. So, the first big obvious thing is it gives people maybe a wrong or a bad
just an obscure, I think, view on tabletop in general.
Yeah, so tabletop
and whenever you relate that to porn, as in the sense of, why my girl not do that?
Yeah. Why does my DM
not do that?
Why is my DM not as good
as Matt Mercer?
Yeah. And why is that porn star able to do all this stuff that my girlfriend can't? Or I've never been able to make a girl squirt. I've never been able to
do this or do that,
in relation to role playing games.
Yeah. So it what's the word people use with porn? It
dehumanizes.
No.
It twists. It
gives an unrealistic view on D&D, and porn gives an unrealistic view on sex in general.
Yeah. Would that be... And I know you can and again, this is where you can paint this with any form of media. Someone said, and I asked this on the community tab the other day, and someone said you could relate that to martial arts action films and actual martial arts, or honestly any form of media, that portrays something generally isn't. Again, you could say this is with sports as well. Oh, I'm watching.
It's a more glamorized view.
Yeah, I'm watching the football game. Why can't I play as good as the people that I'm watching on TV?
Yeah.
Well, they're professionals, and that's also the same case with D&D podcasts. They tend to be very well experienced. They also tend to be voice actors, and they also tend to be entertainers, first and foremost.
Somebody said I only watch Critical Role for the plot.
Yeah, that's a good one. But yeah, to move on from it gives players, and the Matt Mercer effect, and again, this isn't Matt's spoken out about this I don't know how many times, and it's a little shame, and I really do feel bad for him, because imagine having a syndrome or an effect named after you. This is guys, I really want to get across that we actually don't have anything.
No, this isn't a video just shitting on fucking Critical Role.
And this is D&D podcasts or role-playing live streams in
general.
This is,
and especially for the way D&D is now. You see an awful lot more people joining D&D now. It's almost like it's the hipster thing to do now.
Yeah, it's turned into a hobby and aspect.
Where being hipster was going to thrift stores and shit, where now it's playing D&D.
Yeah, it's seen as, but you get that with
it's
so
being
many
quote unquote
it's cool
nerdy.
Now. Yeah, it's geek chic.
Geek
chic. Would that be a? And I feel like comics that happened to a long time ago. I never got into comics, so it's not really my thing. The only comics I ever read was V for Vendetta, because I'm a big Neckbeard. Oh, and also Watchmen, but I love anything Cold War related.
Yeah.
Cold War just does it for me. So, to reiterate, Matt Mercer effect, it creates a bad view on why is my games not like what I see on the internet?
Yeah.
And I think that's definitely something a lot of people can relate to when it comes to pornography. But again, that relates to everything else.
Yeah.
So it does. the other big thing I would like to point out is it's entertainment.
Yeah.
And the same thing with pornography and stuff like that. It's entertainment as well. The people that are doing it, I'm sure some of them are having fun while they're doing it, but they're doing it for the camera. It's all for the camera, and it's not.
It's
really...
for the audience. It's not for themselves. That's why, once again, when men get women in bed, they wonder, why aren't they moaning like the girls on...
Yeah, why are they moaning like that wee Asian woman? Like oh, God.
Like, why aren't they doing that? It's because that's not real. That's pure entertainment value.
Yeah,
and it's the same as with D&D, like with Critical Role or just D&D podcasts, that the things they do and the things they say are...
A lot of the time
it's either scripted or it's just entertainment.
Yeah, well, again, a lot of people pointed out in the comments of what we asked, they say it's kind of more like WWE, where they've kind of got a good, rough idea of what it is that they're going to be doing, but it's not, like, it's not word for word scripted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's more like they've got a basic script.
Well, you can say that with porn as well.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, that's, again...
They have a basic idea. Like, today we're doing anal.
Yeah. Like, we're going to do this, and then we're going to do that, and then we're going to flip around, and we'll go there.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
Psst. Hey, lean in closer. This is fucking ASMR channel now. You know it's pretty fucking based. Titties. Go see titties. Lots of titties.
All the titties.
Go over to the website, check out all the models. You guys know the score. We have some really nice looking models over there. And we have a lot of...
Sci-fi gothic?
Yeah.
Let's call them sci-fi gothic.
And if models isn't your shit, we have loads of subclasses and we keep adding them every other week or so. We add a lot.
We got a lot.
Look, we've got big brains. We add shit. But yes, go over to the website, check out everything. If you haven't subscribed, what the fuck you doing? Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell as well, and let's get back to the video. Every week we're going to be doing a giveaway of the new pinup model of the month, or if models isn't your thing, all of our homebrew content. If you want to be in with a chance to win the giveaway, all you need to do is subscribe. That's it. Hit the subscribe button. That's it.
Do it now.
But last week's winner was this guy. Well done! Yay! Round of applause.
Yeah.
Everybody stands up and claps. But enough of that. Let's get back to the video.
Another one I was thinking about was, again, think of it like finding groups online is a lot like internet dating. You have to vet people.
Yes.
You have to cycle through people. You're going to have a lot of bad experiences. You're going to waste your time. You're going to end up being really angry with a lot of people.
You're going to have some fucking horror stories.
But if you find people that you really like them with, you're going to have...
It's a really good match.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I think like Glen Online for me personally works.
Like looking for group servers, basically like Tinder.
If you think
but
about
you just can't swipe.
It's kind of similar though.
Imagine if somebody made a Tinder type app for looking for games.
If any of you guys are developers, let us know, and we will help you with funding. I would like to be a prime investor in this.
I actually think that'll be quite good.
Yeah, I think it would actually.
Don't take this copyright.
Yeah, don't steal our idea, guys. No stealies. Another one would be, think of going to like a local game store, like speed dating. You could almost say as well. I only go to game store. Well, I do other stuff at game stores, but when it comes to like role-playing games, I would only go to play like one-shots because I can't dedicate myself to like a full-on campaign.
Weekly campaign.
And I suppose, could you argue one-shots are like one-night stands in relation to it? Could you?
Like, it was a nice experience. Everyone enjoyed it overall.
But I don't...
See you again. Don't know if we'll see you again.
If I got into you again, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Here, look, it all correlates.
See, this is the bit that gets me. It kind of does. It's a really good analogy, and it kind of works. But again, the reason why I think it works is because it's a very, very social... It's two very, very social
aspects of being human.
Yeah, and we're mixing them both together.
Yeah.
So, of course, there's going to be
similarities.
Overlappings, to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
Another big one I was thinking about was there's a lot of people that only like to watch podcasts, but they never actually get to play.
Yeah. Yes.
And I think there's, there's an awful lot of people, and again, I think there's a lot of people that would watch stuff in podcasts where it's like, oh, I love this character, it's a spellcaster, I think they do really cool, and I love the way they roleplay and all that. But then, you could say the same thing about, say you're watching some form of pornography or whatever, and you may like watching it, but when it comes to actually doing it, you're like, maybe that's actually not for me. Maybe that's not something that actually, it sounds really cool, it sounds like something I'd be really interested in, but then you actually go ahead and you give it a go and you're like, no, I can we please forget about that?
Yeah. that was a horrible idea.
Yeah, it sounded really cool at the time. Like, but, worth trying out, but maybe it's just not for me.
Also, well, not so much pornography.
Yeah.
But, like, in relation to, like, sex, drink can always make it funner.
Yeah, that's really true. Oh, some people refuse any form of alcohol. Some people...
Drink can always make your game funner.
Yeah, well, I think it does anyway, as long as people don't get fucking messy. Is funner
a word?
What?
Is funner a word?
No, I don't think it is, but, like, it doesn't matter. People get what we're trying to say. You know what I mean? What other things can we relate? So, people that watch it creates an obscure idea. The people that are creating it tend to be more, they're doing it for their entertainment, they're putting on a show for people. When it comes to actually playing it, you can see that an awful lot in like a dating scene. It's finding people that you yourself are compatible with to actually be able to actually enjoy a game. Like, I'm sure you've all been in games with people who are like, oh my fucking god, I actually cannot stand you. And I'm sure I've had that like many times, you know what I mean? Like, you're having a game and you're just like, oh, why am I here? How do I escape? How do I get out of this? How do I get out of the shop? You know what I mean? Do I just leave this server? Do I just do this? Do I just do that? Do I just vanish? I'm sure a lot of people have, maybe have been in situations like that, and I'm sure a lot of people feel like that with relationships as well.
Maybe, as we said, one night stand, you wake up the next morning after a night of heavy drinking, you realise, oh, she's not a 10, she's really a 2.
What have I done? I've been kicked out of a D&D group again. No! I got my deck out again. Which happens more often than not whenever we read our stories. Someone also commented, so is like, what we do, would that be more like leading erotica? And I would say it's a mix of leading erotica, because literally it is sometimes, and also maybe we could say we're more like relationship advice. Would that be?
Yeah, we're like a dear whatever it is, dear aunt.
What's that?
It's like where people wrote into like, it was like newspapers or magazines and stuff, and there was an advice giver, and they wrote in anonymously.
Oh yeah.
And it's like my husband or my boyfriend or my girlfriend, whatever, and she would give advice back.
Oh, I could see that. Yeah, I could see that's where we would fit into this.
But we're not qualified whatsoever.
Like, we're kind of we give back funny responses from time to time. That's all I would say. You know what I mean? Another big one I definitely think is, again, it's just people that think that they will be into certain things and they watch stuff, and the more that they watch it, the more their view on the reality gets very skewed, and they think, there's only one way to do things. So yeah, I gotta get my dick sucked, and then I gotta fuck them, then I put it in the bomb, and then I jizz on their tits. So that's how you play, guys, isn't it? That's it. That's how things are done around here, isn't it? Where in reality,
and being a forever unhappy DM is like being in an abusive relationship.
Unironically, kind of see that. Now again, I want to reiterate, this can be said for any form of media. That's also, but I feel like it works particularly well.
Literally, this video is just us talking shit, and you're going to have to sit there and listen to it. Okay.
But here, if you guys have any of your own weird ideas of how this analogy works, because
schizo post below.
Yeah.
Well,
not too schizo.
To a limit.
Schizo post that YouTube will allow. I would love to make a channel about James's schizo postings where we could do stuff like this and actually talk freely, because there's a lot of stuff that I come across online that I'm actually really interested in, that I love reading about. Now, just because you like reading about it and you find it interesting doesn't mean you actually believe it. Because there's a lot of crazy stuff on the internet, and just because
just go on X, just have a quick browse down X.
Yeah, like there's some interesting stuff. You know what I mean?
And then, on the other hand, there's also the people who know that porn isn't real. And like the D&D podcast, you know, I'll probably never get a game like that. So they go into a game and they're all right with it, but always in the back of their mind they're like,
I wish I could.
I wish.
I wish.
I wish I could.
And again, like, you know, I suppose that's really, like, you know, the Matt Mercer effect. Like, you know, people that really wish that they could have X, Y, or Z whenever that's probably never going to happen for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And again, watching something is very different from actually playing it.
Yeah.
You know, and I think there's an awful lot of people out there that love to watch D&D podcasts, and it's more like a story time for them that they like to listen to.
Yeah.
But they're not actually all that keen on actually playing the game itself.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a I think there is quite a few people that do watch that aren't
never play.
Yeah. Also, if you're interested in any speed dating, I suppose we do have a looking for group server, because I'm forever seeing people, and I do warn you, it's an absolute shit show, that server. But
I don't even think it's modded.
It's not moderated.
No, it's just like
it's auto moderated.
Yeah,
so
it's just like go in, find a group, and see if it works.
Yeah, there's a lot of people on it. You can message a lot of people. There's
tons of different games and stuff people are running.
So, like, you know, if there's something, you know, you might find something. If you know, the way I think of it, like, you know, the people that watch us, the people that we do stuff that we are interested in. Is very little. Like, first of all, we can't even do a video that we're not interested in, because how do you even talk about it?
I know.
You know what I mean? So we have to do stuff that we ourselves are into.
Yeah.
And if people are watching the stuff that we're into, they also are interested in stuff that we're interested in. Does that make any weird sense?
Yes, it fucking does.
No, but it does, you know? So therefore, I do feel like, you know, if you are watching this, maybe you will find people that are somewhat like-minded.
Yeah.
You know, so you've got that going for you.
Yeah.
I don't know. But, you know, if you're looking for a game, go ahead, check that one out. I'm
just, in my head as well, like, it's also the same effect with, like, Let's Players.
Yeah, again, yeah.
Like, you watch, like, let's say, PewDiePie, Markiplier, Jack, whatever, play a game, and you're like, oh, that game looks really fun. You play it, and it's not half as fun because they were the ones putting the personality into the game.
Exactly. Yeah. See, this is where this analogy does kind of fall apart, because it's not a matter of role-playing games, it's not a matter of pornography, it's a matter of the human psyche.
Yeah.
Would that be accurate to say? But I feel like the pornography one works particularly well.
That's the most interesting.
Yeah, it makes a good thumbnail, guys, that's all I'm going to say. You know,
well, look, I'm happy you made it to the end of the video. Because I didn't think you would.
Yeah. It's an interesting idea, it's an interesting topic, but it's really out there, and the analogy does kind of fall apart in places.
Matt Mercer is typing.
Look, you're a cool guy. I like him. I think he makes good DM advice videos for the most part.
Yeah.
I think, like, you know, as far as it goes, it's just not something I'm myself into. So not really something for us. What would Garbrew be in this analogy then?
I don't even want to know.
What does Garb go to? Garb goes the
cameraman.
No, Garb goes more like the OnlyFans star. So he is.
Yeah.
I could see Garb being more, so he's making his own system, but he also plays it with. Also, he's actually looking for people. I saw he posted an article looking for group server yesterday, the day before.
Oh yeah, I've seen
he's looking for new players to try out his system, and he's going to be live streaming it. So maybe this is like OnlyFans, where it's like, do you want to fuck your porn star? Do you want to have a D&D game with Garbro? There you go. And
Garbro is typing.
Yeah, but you see where we're going with this.
Yeah,
and the weird thing is, it actually kind of works.
It does work.
You know, I've thought about this a few times. I was thinking, because I've seen a few people do it, but honestly, I was like, no, people, it would be too much hassle, and I don't want to be doing that and all that. I saw there's a good few YouTube channels that do like role-playing games, and they have a thing where on their Patreon reward, where they have like a group of 5 people for a D&D game.
Like a one-shot?
Like a one-shot,
yeah.
Or like a small campaign or whatever, and you have to pay, and you buy the slot. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I was looking at that, I was like, well, it wouldn't actually be too bad. That's
seems nobody wants to play with you.
Yeah.
Sorry, my guy.
Maybe this will be how I get people to play Workboard. Well, actually, we're going to be playing Workboard on Saturday. So I'm really looking forward to it. We had a bit of like a arena thing, just like, you know, just to get the hang of the combat and how it flows. Yeah, and again,
You're not DMing it?
Yeah, I'm going to be DMing. That's the first time I've DM'd a game in literally years.
Like about 4 years.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, it's going to be a shit show.
But like, here, see what and again, this kind of works for the thinking analogy. See if you come across something and you're really interested in it and you really want to try it, you gotta DM it yourself. And that works for systems too. If you come across something, you're like, I really want to give that a go, you're gonna have to step up. You're gonna have to, and again, you could say that's kind of like looking, like that'd be more like, like dating almost, like, you know, you gotta put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And, you know, the fear of rejection and all that. And
Well, people send you shit DM.
Yeah, it's kind of like girls' head telling you you're fucking disgusting. You see where this works? So it works really, really well in relation. And it's not just porn, it also works with just sex in general.
Yeah.
With finding people and working well together and being able to bounce off each other's ideas and concepts, and, you know, just making it work.
Yeah.
You know, people are different by definition, and it's hard to find people that you actually like, you know what I mean? And then
Yeah, I don't like a lot of people.
There was a good one I came across. It was a Lamstein interview, and they were asking, so, like, you know, they were talking to them, and it's like, well, Lamstein's been together for a very, very long time now. How do they manage to keep a band together for that long? Because so many bands break up.
Yeah.
And Johan Tillerman, I think it was, Tillman said, it's like a marriage without sex.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what a D&D group is like, because, but worse, because there's more people, and sometimes you do get drama, sometimes you do get
fallouts,
but
arguments.
There's no makeup sex afterwards, so how the fuck do you deal with that? See, the more you think about it, the more it makes sense. This is where it gets really weird, guys. You want to go down the rabbit hole? We're going to go down the rabbit hole.
No, we're not. Not in this video, my guy.
No, not in this video. Look, if you guys have any of your own concepts or ideas or anything you could add to this, I would really love to hear it, because I think it's something that it just works, and I really want to see how far we can make this go. But again, this applies to so many other stuff.
Yes. And if you want to go to a Schizo website, check out neckbeardia.co.uk.
Yeah, if you want your Kim models, this is a perfect
it fucking is.
Yeah.
But yeah, if this was anything that you enjoyed, hit subscribe.
I would really love to do more stuff like this, where it's just
give us topics.
This is kind of like the podcast light.
Podcast light, our big discussions are with Garbro.
Yeah.
But then sometimes me and James just want to sit and talk shit instead of record a video. And also, a lot of the time we don't have the time, maybe. So it's like, let's talk for 15 minutes.
Well, we already were talking about this the other day, and it was like, you know what? Do you want to make this into a video instead? Like, you know, we were talking about a lot of the ideas and concepts, and I just think it kind of works.
Yeah.
But look, let us know what you think down below. Check out the models. Check out the website. This video is definitely 100% never going to get monetized. So
no.
It helps us out a lot.
Thanks for making it this far. Means a lot, guys.
But
Love you.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.